This is basically a fantasy draft guide and me drafting the best fantasy team ever. So let's get into it. Running backs are pretty valued in fantasy. Running backs, receivers, tight ends. The offense is more important. Offensive line doesn't really matter at all. Defense is by teams. So you pick a team's defense. And you want to pick team defense towards the end last. Well, you want to pick it before kicker. Kicker is last for sure. So this draft is beginning now. Christian
Welcome
McCaffrey.
To the best day of the year. Draft day.
Okay, that was interesting. So Christian McCaffrey is projected to be the best fantasy player. He was a part of 1,000 club. That means 1,000 yards rushing, 1,000 yards receiving. But then he got injured last year, so I definitely wouldn't pick Dalvin Cook on the clock right now. Ooh, this is interesting. We have 1 minute and 23 seconds. Oh man, this is tough. So Saquon Barkley is on the board, although he's had injury history last year. Definitely don't take Zeke. He's very injury prone. This is tough, but I think Alvin Kamara has a very good offensive line in New Orleans. He's a dual threat running back. I'm trying to think between Saquon and Kamara. I trust Kamara more. I drafted Kamara. I might regret it. I might regret that. But I drafted Kamara. I feel good about it. So this guy should take Saquon. Definitely don't take Deshaun Watson. But definitely do want to get a good running back. They get a lot of fantasy points. And Kamara is a dual threat running back. With the rushing and the receiving. So there goes Saquon. He's off the board. That was a good pick. I was struggling. Nick Chubb. I should have taken Nick Chubb. He would probably. Well, actually, no. They probably. The Browns are probably going to use Kareem Hunt quite a bit. So that might take away from Nick Chubb. Travis Kelce still on the board. So we'll see. We'll see. Round 1, pick 8. That was a tough decision. But we'll see you with our next pick. We'll see what player we get. Our pick is coming up soon. Tyreek Hill is still on the board. He's been pretty unstoppable in the NFL. So maybe some teams might copy the game plan that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers did. Just 2 safeties deep, not letting anyone get behind them. And then cover 2, basically forcing the Chiefs to run the ball. And they obviously had a great run defense, and that didn't work. So Tyreek Hill is still there. Stephon Diggs is still there. Definitely eyeing those 2. We already got a running back, so I'm not looking to reach for one like Antonio Gibson, Najee Harris, Clyde Edwards-Helaire. DK Metcalf is still on the board. Oh, Tyreek Hill and Stephon. We're going to get one of the 2, bro. We're going to get one of the 2. Or we could have our choice, but it's definitely going to be between one of those 2. Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown are on the bottom. But I feel like Julio's going to be the first option in Tennessee, and they also have Derrick Henry. So you got to be careful with that if you want to draft A.J. Brown. But if you can get value in the later rounds, then I'd definitely say go for it. So Tyreek Hill or... Oh, man, I'm having a tough decision. I might just take Tyreek Hill if he's still available. If Team McDougal does not select, he's definitely taking a little bit to select here. So still a lot of great players on the board as I'm looking down. Ooh, Darren Waller, George Kittle down there at tight end. Maybe we can snag him in the later rounds for tight ends. Definitely tight end quarterback. You want to go running back, receiver. You need 2 running backs to start for you in this league. You definitely need multiple of each position. And if a player gets injured, then it's always next man up mentality, so that's tough. That's what you got to keep in mind. So you don't want to pick injury-prone guys. So definitely winning on this. 7 seconds, 6, 5. I think he might be AFK. So they'll probably auto-pick Tyreek. So, yep, Tyreek Hill. I'm on the clock now. Okay. I don't want to auto-pick Joe Mixon. So Calvin Ridley would definitely be a good option. DK Metcalf. I don't want to pick another running back right now. Justin Jefferson. Ooh, there's a lot of tough decisions right here. Mike Evans. Oh man, Darren Waller would be a really solid one. Adam Thielen, Julio Jones, Chris Godwin, Tyler Lockett, Kenny Golladay, Jamar Chase. Oh man, I don't know what to do here. Calvin Ridley or DK Metcalf. Do I really trust that though? Oh, dang. I really wanted Tyreek or Stephon Diggs. I really did. Clock is ticking. We could go quarterback, but no, you have to go receiver first. All right, give me DK. Oh man, I think it was between DK. It was between DK and Calvin Ridley. DK Metcalf's the more talented receiver, but he definitely did drop off last season. But he had a really good start. Oh man, I should have picked Calvin. I should have picked Calvin Ridley or Justin Jefferson. I shouldn't have picked DK. Man, but we'll see what happens. That was a tough pick. These are really tough picks. Either one would have been fine. Justin Jefferson, DK Metcalf, or Calvin Ridley there would have been fine. But I'm feeling confident about that though. I'm feeling confident about it. Alright, we're on the clock now. We already got running back, wide receiver, tight end, or quarterback here. I definitely want to get a good tight end. So let's see, tight ends. Darren Waller is still here. Darren Waller and George Kittle. George Kittle might be the better tight end, but man, Darren Waller is different, yo. It's a really tough decision. Darren Waller had the better season last year. He's less injury prone. We would be auto picking Josh Allen, which I had in my second fantasy league last year, which worked out really well. Gosh, we also could take Kyle Pitts. But Darren Waller's hard to pass up on. I don't know which one we should go with. Alright, let's go. I'm going Darren Waller. It was just too tough to pass up on. So we got Darren Waller, our starting tight end. Next we'll be looking at quarterback. There's a lot of quarterbacks I like. As you see in my queue, there's Josh Allen, Kyler, Dak, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar Jackson, Russell Wilson, Justin Herbert, Tom Brady, and Ryan Tannehill, all available still at quarterback. So I'll definitely be on the lookout for that. So we'll see. Let's see.
Guess they have their eye on him too.
We're gonna take. I don't know. We need another running back. J.K. Dobbins could be really good. There's still a lot of good quarterbacks still there. So running back is getting pretty thin here. So I'm going to take J.K. Dobbins. He had a really good rookie year last year. And the Ravens are a run-first team. Their offensive line is really good at run blocking. So I think him and Lamar Jackson in a run-first offense, I think he can get a lot of fantasy points. He's my running back too. So now I got Kamara and J.K. Dobbins. Let's go, man. This fantasy team is looking fire. I'll definitely get a quarterback next since that's thinner than the receivers. We also got Darren Waller. But check this out, bro. Alvin Kamara, J.K. Dobbins, DK, and Darren Waller, bro. Like, come on, bro. I think we can win this fantasy league, bro. Definitely things are looking up. You see, I just queued a ton of people, bro. Like, look at all these people I've queued. So, I'm going to need some guys on my bench. I got starting running backs. I need another starting receiver and a starting quarterback. So, we'll be on the lookout for those next. You want to fill out your starting positions first, and then later go to the bench. Don't draft all your running backs first, because then you need other positions at starters too, you feel me? So, we'll see you in the next picks.
Guess they have their eye on him too.
Now we have a very, very, very tough decision. Julio Jones just got picked. We need another wide receiver and we need a quarterback. Quarterbacks still seem to be here. Aaron Rodgers is an enticing pick, but we just need a wide receiver. So I saw CeeDee Lamb was doing very well in training camp. He is a guy I could go with, although I'm not completely sold on it right now. Chris Godwin, Tyler Lockett. I mean, Kenny Galladay is probably better than those guys. As we look down here, yeah, it's either receiver or quarterback. Wow, this is very tough. This is very tough. We can just go to the receivers available. Chris Godwin, Tyler Lockett, Mike Evans, and Antonio Brown. Give me Chris Godwin. Give me Chris Godwin. The pressure got to me a little bit, but I think Tom Brady is going to be throwing for quite a bit of yards. Chris Godwin is a very good receiver. He had a bit of a down. He had a bit of a down year last year, so we'll see. We'll see. But Kyler Murray is still there. Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers, Lamar, Russell Wilson, Tom Brady, and Ryan Tannehill, all available for us. Yeah, they just got Justin Herbert, so that was a very smart move. Justin Herbert's very good. I would avoid taking Dak because of his ankle injury. I have him queued.
Guess they had their eye on him too.
Just in case. Hold on, let me. So I don't know. It's very tough decisions. So I have a lot of running backs. So we got to take a flex and a quarterback, and then a defense slash. I think that's a defense there, and then a kicker, and then we need bench. So yeah, defense. This is Buccaneers defense, Ravens, Steelers defense, all that, and you don't want to take them right now. So we're definitely looking quarterback right now. Quarterbacks can win you fantasy leagues. They're very important. So Kyler Murray, I don't know how well he's going to perform next year. It's either going to be a boom or bust season. DeAndre Hopkins is going to play. Don't let that COVID thing fool you. So Kyler Murray, it all depends on his health, really. So right here, if he gets injured, his legs or his shoulder. Kyler just got picked, so he's gone. Quarterbacks are going to start flying off the board. Next, I would go Aaron Rodgers. Then, if Aaron Rodgers, I think he just got picked. Yep. All right, we can't go Aaron Rodgers. Matthew Stafford, Dak. Oh boy, the Cooper Kupp's gone. I'm thinking Tom Brady. I'm really hesitant about Dak Prescott. I don't know if I want to draft him because what if he gets injured? I don't want him to be the starter. Russell Wilson plays like an MVP first half of the year, and second half of the year he doesn't. So I don't know about taking him. Lamar, he can run, but if he figure him out, I don't like that. So, oh man, I'm almost on the clock. I'm on the clock after this.
Guess they had their eye on him too.
If you look down, yeah, the quarterbacks just drop off. They just drop off. So Chase Edmonds is gone. I'm thinking about Tom Brady. I really am. I think he's going to have a really good season. He's the GOAT. Russell Wilson, as I said, is inconsistent. He's really good first half of the year. Second half of the year, he drops off. Lamar, doesn't have enough weapons, in my opinion. And people have been figuring out Baltimore's game plan a little bit. So, I don't know. Dak Prescott, I'm concerned about his injury. Ryan Tannehill, I think they're going to run the ball with Derrick Henry, but he can go off in that play-action game. So, you know what? Matthew Stafford. I'm taking Tom Brady. I know what I'm going to get from Tom Brady. He threw for a lot of yards last year and was in the MVP race. He had a lot of touchdowns, and it was his first year in Tampa Bay. They got a great offensive line, a lot of weapons surrounding him in Tampa. I think Tom Brady is definitely going to have a great year this year. So Tom, I'm rooting for you for my fantasy league, man. Better win me fantasy, bro. I really wanted to get Aaron Rodgers, Mahomes, but they went But Wilson's still there, Lamar's still there, Dak is still there. But we got our starters. So we're looking for flex next. And then defense/special teams, kicker, and then our bench guys. So we definitely want a strong bench. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. I'm almost on the clock. 1 minute and 20 seconds away. We're in round 7. Kenny Golladay just got picked. That was a steal. Oh, we need to go to all positions. Get off the quarterback now. We got our starting quarterback. I don't really want to reach for a bench guy right now. Tom shouldn't get hurt this season either. I'm praying not. Please don't get hurt, Tom. So another wide receiver would be good. Brandon Ayuk, Jamar Chase might be the one we want to get. We have 2 running backs. We're on the clock. My auto pick would be Chase Edmonds, who is down there. I see that. So we need a flex right now. OBJ, he's just too inconsistent. He's talented, but too inconsistent. Cortland Sutton, I have a feeling he might get injured. Jamar Chase, there's just so many wide receivers in Cincinnati. Let's see if there's any other good ones down here, because I'm thinking of, we have 2 receivers and 2 running backs. We need a flex. Brandon Cooks. DJ Shark is underrated. Kyle Pitts is still here. This is tough. Michael Gallup, Deebo Samuel, Marquise Brown. Jarvis Landry. Oh, Tampa Bay, Antonio Brown. I thought that was AJ Brown. Ooh, I'm going too far. 26 seconds. Oh, give me Jamar Chase. He's a great flex to have. They have a lot of receivers in Cincinnati. Oh man, but that connection between Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase is going to be great. Yeah, he is in our flex. So next we're going to be looking for defense/special teams, and if we can get a top defense in the NFL. Man, I'm looking at Washington's defense, bro. Buccaneers defense is first. Steelers, Ravens, 49ers. They're all really good. I don't know why Ravens is ranked that high. Sure, their secondary is very good. They just got Justin Houston, I believe. They have the way dude they drafted. But that edge rush, they got Calais Campbell on the D-line. I don't know. I would wait on the Ravens. They're still a great, solid defense to have. But I'm going Washington, probably. Washington, Pittsburgh, or Buccaneers are the top 3 for sure. Broncos are really good defense. Rams are a great defense. Patriots are a great defense. Browns is a solid defense. Packers is a solid defense. You definitely want to stay away from Jaguars, Lions, Texans defense, Bengals defense, Chargers defense, Seahawks. All those you want to stay away from. You want to go Rams, Broncos, Bucks, Steelers, Washington defense. All those defenses. Surprisingly, they have the Bills ranked this high, but we'll see it with our next pick. Clock here, and no defense is gone. And I've been thinking, 2 running backs, you definitely need more than that, because what if one gets injured or one's on a bye week, So you definitely need another third guy that can come in and perform for you and get you a lot of fantasy points. So I'm thinking I need that for sure. Definitely don't want a kicker. Running backs are getting thin on talent. They are getting thinner on talent. So Chase Edmonds is a guy that is ranked high right now. Mike Davis is a pretty solid option. But I'm in between here. I'm thinking of getting Ronald Jones. He's a very, very talented running back that can run for quite a bit of yards. So I'm thinking about him. I definitely trust him over Chase Edmonds. I don't know why Edmonds is ranked so much higher than him. But then he does have to share the backfield with Ronald Jones. James Conner, does have that questionable Q. I just realized what that means. That means questionable, and I picked Darren Waller. So hopefully Darren Waller can play. It doesn't mean he's out, though. So Mike Davis is a pretty interesting option. He did play well while Christian McCaffrey was out. David Johnson, no. Melvin Gordon. I'm going to get Ronald Jones. He's the most reliable one. I think he's the most talented running back. Chase Edmonds is going to be splitting carries with James Conner and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. O-line is just much better than the Arizona Cardinals O-line. So I feel like Ronald Jones is going to be rushing for more yards and getting more fantasy points than Chase Edmonds. So we got 3 running backs. 4 would be great. I may go receiver next. My next pick is coming up real fast. We do got 3 receivers though, so a 4th one would be great. Although I think we could just get the best defense and just not have to worry about that anymore. Because I don't know how quick people are gonna start taking defense. It is less important. But I'd love to get Washington defense. You need 2 defenses because the defense is going to be on bye. So if you could get Washington and Buccaneers defense, or something like, or Washington and Steelers, or Buccaneers and Steelers, something like that, you're cruising. So we'll see you with my next pick. We're on the clock. We're on the clock right now. All right. So I'm definitely not going running back. Receiver Will Fuller is pretty intriguing. I don't know if we want to lock down defense right now. We do need a bench for receiver though, and that's probably more important. There's a lot of good defenses to choose from. Actually, all of them to choose from. So DJ Shark, I'm thinking of taking over Will Fuller because quarterback Trevor Lawrence I think is already going to be better than Tua, and plus Tua has Jalen Waddle, and Tua needs to work on his arm strength. You know what? I think DJ Chark is the best option available, so I'm gonna take him. Definitely one of the best bench players you can get.
Guess they had their eye on him too.
So you got some Devontae Smith was down there, but he is questionable. So definitely want to stay away from the guys that are out for sure, that have the O around them, and the questionable guys. So Chase Edmonds is finally gone. So this is a look at our team so far. We still need a defense, special teams, and we still need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 bench players. And then of course the kicker, which we're going to draft last. Although you do want a good kicker that is reliable, like a Mason Crosby or Justin Tucker or Harrison Butker type, not a Zane Gonzalez for the Cardinals last year. Oh my gosh, he was horrific. He lost he literally cost us the playoffs, bro. He missed a game-tying kick against Miami, I think. And a lot of other kicks. He missed kicks against New England in these close games that could have turned it around for us. So we'll see you with our next pick. I think I'm going to go defense next. Since my pick is a lot far away, and I'm definitely feeling good about my skill positions, we might go backup tight end. That's probably a smart idea, actually. If we do look at tight ends here, Robert Tonyan definitely would be a steal. Dallas Goedert would be a steal. Gesicki would be a steal. Jonnu Smith, Hunter Henry. A lot of great tight ends left to choose from. My pick's coming up. We'll see you there. Michael Gallup's gone. If you look at the defense, Buccaneers defense and special team is still gone, which I'm not too worried about. I'm thinking I definitely need a tight end since we only have one and Darren Waller is questionable. So we are on the clock. We have to pick between Tonyan, Gesicki, Jonnu Smith, and Hunter Henry. Gronk. There's still a lot of good ones. So the one I wanted, which was Dallas Goedert, is gone. So that's a big rip. I had Tonyan in fantasy last year. That obviously went very well. Mike Gesicki performed really well. Jonnu Smith and Hunter Henry are going to be splitting snaps. They might run a lot of two tight end sets. So I'm going to take the tight end with the best quarterback in the best system, and that is Robert Tonyan. He broke out last year. But I think he can just solidify himself as a superstar tight end in this league this year. So we're already on the clock again. So
guess they had their eye on him too.
A look at our guys. We're filling out the bench pretty good, but we still need a defense and special teams. We got 2 tight ends. So I'm going to go with defense here. Steelers defense, Raven. We're going to take Washington defense. I think they're the best defense in football because of that pass rush. The front 7 is great, and their secondary is great. They just have talent everywhere. So Steelers defense would definitely be a great pick too. But I just trust that Washington defense. Plus Ron Rivera, the head of that defense, they're going to be great. I'm predicting them to be the best defense in football. And when they are, just come back. If they get injured, that's what's holding them back. Injuries. They're definitely going to be a top 5 defense for sure. Top 3, very likely, and best is pretty likely. So, we might be looking at receiver next for the bench. Or no, we already got receiver, running back, and tight end. We need another quarterback. I've been sleeping on quarterback. Oh boy, yeah, quarterbacks are starting to go. So quarterback is definitely going to be our next pick. How could I forget about a quarterback? Matthew Stafford would probably be my next pick. I don't know why Jalen Hurts is ranked above him, but let's go ahead and put Matt Stafford at our queue. And we'll see you. We'll see you in our next pick. So we are on the clock now. I'm thinking quarterback, and it's really between 2 guys. I need another quarterback since Brady's going to be on a bye, and to just mix it up based on the matchup of the week. So Matthew Stafford, it's between Matthew Stafford and Trevor Lawrence. I'm really tempted to go Matthew Stafford, but he's really injury prone, so I don't really like that. Trevor Lawrence is a really talented rookie and should have a really great rookie year, although I'm not sure how well he'll play. So Trevor has a lot of talent. He has Travis Etienne, James Robinson. So in the running departments, he has DJ Shark, Laviska Shenault in the slot, Marvin Jones. You know what? I'm going to take Trevor instead of Matthew Stafford, only because Trevor is less injury prone than Matthew Stafford. I don't want to pick Matthew Stafford and Matthew Stafford's injured. So that is why I picked that. So Matthew Stafford got injured last year. He's had a lot of injuries during his career, missing time for the Lions. He's on the Rams now, so he's going to do a lot of great things in that offense. It's just staying healthy. I really almost picked Matt Stafford, but Trevor Lawrence is a very solid pick. So you're looking at our team. Starters, Tom Brady. Running backs, Kamara and Dobbins. Receiver, Metcalf, Godwin, Waller at tight end. I'm liking our team. We'll go have a full breakdown and go over it after this draft is over. My pick is up next, but looking at my team so far, I'm liking it. I'm liking it a lot. So kicker, definitely hold on. We want to fill up the bench. Next is the priority. So our pick is coming up here real quick. They're picking kickers now. Let's see who's available at kicker.
Guess they had their eye on him too.
Harrison Butker's still there. Young Wei Koo. Josh Myers, Seattle kicker. Jason Sanders was pretty solid. So we might want to get a kicker. You might want to get 2 kickers. Actually, I'm going to go 2 picks at skill, and then the last 2 picks are going to be kickers. And that's how it's going to go. So alright, we're on the clock now. Leonard Fournette is right in front of my face. We definitely need one more running back. We need one more running back and probably one more tight end. So our next pick is not until a while. Tight ends, there's probably more good tight ends than there are running backs. Leonard Fournette has been injury prone, but he did bounce back with the Buccaneers. Kenyon Drake is going to be splitting snaps with Josh Jacobs. James Conner is questionable. I'm not going to pick him. AJ Dillon is enticing pick.
Quick, make your pick.
Fine, I'll make the pick. I drafted Leonard Fournette. Next is going to be tight end, and then we're going to get a kicker. Oh gosh, yeah. We need a Hunter Henry, Evan Ingram. We need somebody at tight end. We probably should have went Jonnu Smith. That was a smart pick. Let's cue some guys. Gronk. Austin Hooper's questionable. Why is that? Oh, due to an illness. Okay, he should be fine. A very tough decision. We need one more kicker and two more kickers and one more defense probably, but I also need a tight end. And we have 3 slots. Another wide receiver would also be great. Let's see, Mecole Hardman. I'm very tempted to take Hunter Henry though. So we could just get tight end here, another defense after that, and then get our kicker. But then we'd only have one kicker. So that would be a problem because the kicker's gonna have a bye week. You know what? Let's get Hunter Henry. Let's get our defense, and then let's get the kicker afterwards. I'm gonna take the Patriots defense. Oh, okay, we can take Graham Gano. And the reason why I'm picking Graham Gano is he made 31 field goals of 32. He's converted 74 of 78 field goal attempts. That's a 94.9 percentage hit rate. That only trails Josh Lambo for the best in the NFL. And yeah, he's just very good. He's a very accurate kicker. So we're going to get Graham Gano. And with that, our fantasy is complete. Yeah, we can just look at my team here. This is my lineup. What's the matter with him? Waller is absent from a second straight practice Wednesday. Well, hopefully he returns. But Waller had 1,196 yards, 107 receptions, and 9 touchdowns. So he was a beast. Number 2 position ranks. Him, Travis Kelce, and George Kittle. Although George Kittle is very injury prone. So this is our team. Tom Brady. Position rank number 8. Yes, he had 4,633 yards with 40 touchdowns, with 337.92 fantasy points, and he might even have a better season. That was his first year with the Buccaneers. So Tom Brady is he's a machine with that many stats. He had a top 3 finish among QB in pass attempts, passing yards, and touchdowns. His best fantasy campaign since 2017 and another Super Bowl MVP trophy. Brady's numbers are very good. So Tom Brady, if you can get him in fantasy, bro, I'm telling you, he has Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, and Scotty Miller, plus Antonio Brown, plus Tyler Johnson, and Gronk. He just has so many weapons, and that offensive line, it's not even funny. Plus, another year in the system. You saw he didn't even need 1 year to get comfortable. He only needed half of a season with no training camp. So that's very impressive. Alvin Kamara, week 1 against the Packers. I'm telling you, Alvin Kamara is going to go off. You saw the game last year. Unless Joe Barry makes an adjustment, Kamara is going to go off. So I'm thinking he's going to drop me a lot of fantasy points. So that is a mismatch. Kamara had 187 attempts, 932 yards, and 16 touchdowns for last year. Just a fantasy machine. He is the main focal point of the Saints offense, and behind that offensive line, with that system, it's just insane. He is the number 1 position rank right now. He is not injury prone, not really. I mean, he has had some injury concerns, but not as bad as Saquon or CMC last year or Dalvin Cook. So I'm counting on him to stay healthy. Hopefully he does. He has yet to finish his season lower than 5th at running back in targets. So he's a dual threat running back that I think he's going to go off. He's going to go off because Green Bay, it's a bad matchup for him. J.K. Dobbins is very underrated. Last year at 805 yards and 9 touchdowns in his rookie year. So think in his second year, he's only going to get better. So second NFL season, impressive rookie campaign in which he paced the NFL in both yards per carry 6.0. So he was just balling. So he's my running back 2. DK Metcalf is my receiver 1 now. Last year, DK had 1,303 yards and 10 touchdowns, but a lot of that was in the first half of the year. He's entering his 3rd year. Russell Wilson in the deep ball. Hopefully Seattle throws the ball this year more, man. Seattle, you better throw the football more. Get Metcalf the ball so I can win fantasy, bruh. But anyways, he took his game to the next level. His size is really great. He finished 11th among wide receivers with 131 targets and 6th in routes, 577, receiving yardage, 1,303, and touchdowns, 10. 15 end zone targets, ranked 3rd in the NFL. So he's going to go off. Position ranked 7. Where we got him, I think he was the best receiver left. Where we got him. So Chris Godwin, position ranked 31. I don't know why he's ranked so low. He had 840 yards and 7 touchdowns. So definitely has to battle with Mike Evans and Antonio Brown. But another year in that system. He's one of Brady's favorite targets. He missed 4 games last year. So hopefully he stays healthy this year. But he's very good, especially in the playoffs. You can see his outlook there. So I think he should be a 1,000-yard receiver again this year. Darren Waller is questionable, but he should be able to play the full season. So he had 1,196 yards, 9 touchdowns on 107 receptions. Projected to have a little bit less touchdowns, but Darren Waller is basically a receiver in a tight end's body. Very impressive last year. Great route runner. Only trailed Travis Kelce really in the receiving departments. So he improved in every key fantasy category. But the biggest boost was touchdowns, which he had 9. So that gives you a lot of fantasy points. He's only scored 3 times in 2019. He jumped to 9, which is multiplying that by 3. So he scored 3 times. So he's in the same system with the same quarterback in an unproven wide receiver room. He's going to be the main target in the passing game. And Darren Waller is going to eat next year. So there you go there. Jamar Chase is a rookie. So you don't really... He's projected to be, I think, in a 1,000-yard receiver with 6 touchdowns. So he was the best wide receiver in the draft class for me. Well, you could argue him, Jalen Waddle, Devontae Smith are my top 3 for sure. Chase was selected by the Bengals, and he played with Joe Burrow. So he's a very versatile, big wideout, great strength and speed, hands, and route running, as well as the ball tracking and tackle breaking ability. He opted out of 2020, but he's our flex, and he should be the wide receiver 1, Tyler Boyd in the slot, and T. Higgins as the wide receiver 2, and Joe Burrow should be targeting him quite a bit. So I think he's going to go off in fantasy. So consider since 2009, 5 of the 6 wide receivers picked in the top 6 in the draft were top 30 fantasy wide receivers as rookies. Chase has elite upside and is immediately on the wide receiver 3 radar. So I think he's going to be the wide receiver 1. Higgins, wide receiver 2. Boyd in the slot. So Jamar Chase should be the go-to guy. Washington defense, I'm thinking it's going to be the best in the NFL. It's saying 4. I ignore that. They just have a lot of talent. Chase Young, Montez Sweat might be the best pass rushing duo in football. Deron Payne up front. Jonathan Allen. You have William Jackson, Kendall Fuller, Kamen Curl, Jamin Davis as a rookie. They're stacked. Ron Rivera too. Like, you see in 2020, look at they were a top fantasy football defense, and now they're going to be better. They're going to be better. So, great pick there. Graham Gano is one of the most accurate kickers. So, see, last year, 31 field goal made out of 32 field goals attempted. Great to have him. And then the bench, Ronald Jones had 978 yards and 7 touchdowns. Very solid production fantasy last year. Entering his 4th NFL season, he is only going to get better. That offensive line is very good at running blocking. Very effective rusher. So, I'm feeling good about that pick. You can read the description there. Feel free to pause the video. DJ Shark last year had 706 yards and 5 touchdowns, but I think he's going to do even better. Number 1 wide receiver in Jacksonville. Go-to target for Trevor. Should be going off. 4th season in the NFL. Up and down NFL career. But he has been on the upside. He's had some injury concerns, but he is still only 24 years old and has a rebound season. Great year last year. Should be in the 1,000-yard receiver. I'm going to say 1,000 yards and like 7-8 touchdowns around there. Very solid fantasy production for me off the bench. So he should be getting me a lot of fantasy points. Robert Tonyan last year had his breakout game. Position rank 4. He had 586 yards and 11 touchdowns. So, on his way to finishing as the fantasy's number 4 scoring tight end. And he's my 2nd option, maybe even 3rd. I got a lot of stacked tight ends on the squad. So, I'm feeling great about Tonyan. Patriots defense was 12th last year. But they added a lot of talent. Matt Judon. They still got Gilmore, J.C. Jackson, McCourty. They got Dante Hightower returning back. Kyle Van Noy is coming back. Bill Belichick is very good at leading the defense. They got a lot of talent there in New England. I'm telling you. Godshaw is there. Jalen Mills as the Swiss Army knife. So it's going to be exciting. J.C. Jackson broke out last year. So the Patriots should be able to rush the passer better. They can force you to turn the ball over. Very solid there. Hunter Henry as the Chargers receiving option. He's very good. Had 613 yards, 4 touchdowns. That was our 3rd option at tight end. Should give us a lot of fantasy points if someone is out. And then Trevor Lawrence is the rookie number 1 overall pick and was very good in Clemson with his passing accuracy. His ability to make every throw. Should be a stud in Jacksonville. If he's able to stay healthy, could win Rookie of the Year. Probably the favorite to do so. Leonard Fournette had a rough year last year, but he was great in the playoffs. 367 yards and 6 touchdowns. It's pretty solid if he's your 4th option. And at that point of the draft, it was a steal. So yeah, that's basically my team. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section below. Do you guys like my drafting style? Hopefully I gave you some nice tips. Make sure you fill out the starters first. Running back first, then receiver. It all depends on what's left available. And don't get injury prone guys that could get injured. If you see questionable or out, refrain from taking them. Darren Waller should be ready to go week 1. I realize that Q means questionable. Don't take the guy that says out. Unless they're on the COVID list, they're going to return before September. So make sure you guys like and subscribe, share, rate my team 1 out of 10. Thank you all so much for watching. Turn on all notifications. See you in the next one. Peace.